Within these past several days, this YouTube channel has exploded in popularity because of you and how you saw something special in every video that I would go on to create for every fan of Descendants and Zombies in an attempt to try to bring you guys that much closer together and make you the best of friends. Because the one thing I've realized about life and often appreciated is how some of the most beautiful friendships can happen for some of the most unbelievable reasons. One of them just happens to be Descendants and Zombies. I've really had the time of my life sharing stories with you guys and believing in them just as much as what you have and loving your favorite characters and putting them on display for the entire universe, if never the galaxy, to see and celebrate. I've always wanted to be a part of something special, and Descendants and Zombies gave me the chance to be a part of that something special with all of you. Because it's one thing for a content creator to create a YouTube channel with no subscribers or no views. But when you create a YouTube channel that has such a global reach, that has touched the hearts of so many wonderful people, that's what makes it so worth it as a YouTube content creator to resonate with more people than you ever imagined possible. And that's exactly what you guys made happen for me as a content creator. I was never taken seriously, and this never happens for many content creators. In every 40 million content creators, over 230,000 of them go big on YouTube. And I'm going to become one of those because of you and how you saw something special in the stories I share with you about Kylie Contrell, about Freya Sky, because I love them just like you did. And I saw something special in their futures, and I wanted to honor that. I had no idea that this YouTube channel would go on to become everybody's favorite, but it has. I have no idea if it was because of how I could tell the stories about Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, because I loved them so much. You know, when I was 5 years old, I saw this beautiful mural of Beauty and the Beast. They were out on the balcony of the castle, and somebody had painted a beautiful mural of them. And I got thinking about how Disney could tell these very cool stories about these authentic characters, because over time we had heard so many different versions and seen so many different versions of these stories apart from Disney's. But the stories that Disney would tell, and his way of telling them, would go on to captivate millions of people. And I felt so honored to be a part of what was called the Disney Renaissance era. I had the chance to grow up watching shows like Hannah Montana and Wizards Away with the Place eventually, but I had the chance to grow up during the Disney Renaissance era, which was an era that first introduced us to characters like Belle and Ariel and Aurora. And I remember being so captivated by their stories and just wanting to be a part of them with all of you. I wanted to tell my own version of these stories. Now, I never imagined 15 years ago I would have ever had the chance to tell these stories because of Descendants of Zombies, but I have. And having the chance to be a part of your guys' generation as Disney fans became the greatest honor of my life and the most fun that I've ever had. Now, I may be suffering from a zombie infection every morning that I'll record a video, and I may never know what's happening to me, but that's what makes these videos so cool, is that you can bring your videos to life through sharing stories with people and resonating with them, because I've never really believed in recording reaction videos because everybody does it. Everybody does the same thing, records a 2-minute long reaction video for the teaser trailer of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland or Zombies 5 and their predictions. I think that when you offer commentarial perspectives, it really sheds light and opens doors for people who believe in Descendants of Zombies with all their heart. And there are so many people who have subscribed here because they love Descendants of Zombies with all of their heart. The thing that content creators have to realize is that fans of Descendants of Zombies have developed this profound connection with their favorite stars. They see them as heroes. And I know what that's like more than anybody, because when I was young, when I was probably 7 years old, I thought pro wrestling was real. So when it came to having cage matches on WWE Monday Night Raw, I thought they were really going to have a cage match. I bought what wrestling was trying to sell me, and I went on to become one of the biggest wrestling fans who ever existed, who ever bred in this life. And that's what made it so fun for me, thinking that everything that I saw on TV was real. And I always took away a greater appreciation because of it. So this is what's happening for you guys. You're seeing heroes in your favorite characters. So how does that give anybody the right to come on their show and offer you criticism directed towards people such as Dove Cameron or Sophia Carson or Kylie Contrell without ever giving them much of a chance? The thing is, that girl who always hits your subscribe button because she's a fan of Freya, or she's a fan of Kylie, or she loves Malia Baker with all of her heart, she's hitting your subscribe button because of that reason, and because of the stories that you're telling her, because you're giving her confidence in believing in a future that has everything to do with her favorite stars. And I felt more than honored to be a part of that, and to celebrate these franchises with all of you. Because I never imagined that 25 years after my career kicked off, because my first radio show premiered on the radio back in August 15th of 1999, and that was forever ago. I never imagined that I would go on to become one of the most successful YouTube stars in history, but I did because of you. Because there's always that one girl who loves Descendants and Zombies with all of her heart, who thinks your video is the sweetest thing ever, and she will hit your subscribe button, she will unlike your video just to like it again. And that's what makes this so worth it. So if you can create relatable content and that resonates with so many wonderful people, man, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'd go back in time with a pocket watch in my pocket just to relive this whole experience over again. If there was one thing that I could relive over and time again, it would be falling in love with Descendants of Zombies for its beautiful story and how it's captivated millions of people. Because no matter who you are, you have a favorite character. You have a favorite moment that's made you a fan of Descendants of Zombies. That's made you feel closer to this product and this dream that you've always had. Because many of you have always wanted to be on stage with your favorite stars, wanted to be a part of events like the Worlds Collide Tour, and somewhere, somehow, we brought that to life for so many people who believed in it. And I felt more than honored to be a part of that with all of you. I just wanted to create something special. I just wanted to resonate with more people than ever before because I saw something special in Clarke. I wanted to give Clarke a chance because I thought she was a beautiful person. And God knows, from the first time I ever laid eyes on Ruby Rose Turner, I thought she was the most beautiful girl that I had ever seen in my life, who was never really being given much of a chance, who was never being seen enough credit. And you guys made something special happen for her because you saw something in her. You saw something in Kylie. While people were saying, okay, this new cast should have never happened. We should have never got to this point with Descendants. They should have stopped making Descendants movies after Descendants 3, and they closed the barrier. I've seen and I've heard it all. But I think in order to offer expansions and a chance for this story to continue and dreams to become more of a reality for more people, you have to introduce new characters. In order to secure futures, this is one thing I learned about being a part of a creative process for wrestling for years. In order to secure futures, because that's what wrestling was always about, in order to secure futures, you have to introduce new characters because the franchise can't continue. It can't thrive, which is the best word I can use to describe this scenario for you guys that I'm trying to paint a picture of. In order for a franchise to thrive, you have to keep on introducing new characters and brand new storylines to come interested in. And that's what Descendants of Zombies are doing because of how you responded to it. Pretty much what Disney does. Disney has always been creative, and when they're creative, they introduce us to characters, and they wait for us to give a response to something like Monsters Incorporated or Toy Story, because it's really cool how Toy Story now is introducing a new character called Lilypad on June 19th, 2026, which a lot of people are really going to be excited about. I think it's really cool introducing us to new technology and new variations of toys, and what it's offering is an expansion of this franchise that gives people something more to believe in than ever before. And I felt so excited about things like, of course, Camp Rock 3, Toy Story 5. There's so much happening. And I think we have the live-action Tangled, which is beginning filming, coming up this year. It's going to be filmed in Spain. So I think what people are excited about is the future. And I think that we have more of a reason than ever before to be excited about that future. Because when I heard about how Disney was creating a new version of Tangled, a new live-action Tangled, I was incredibly excited for it. I may never have necessarily known how I felt about Tegan Croft playing Rapunzel, because I always wanted to, give people like Freya Sky a chance of bringing that character to life. I never wanted to immediately introduce somebody new, because people had become familiarized with Freya Sky. They had become familiarized with people like Emma Watson, who played Belle, is the name I'm trying to think of there. There are so many people who have had a way of touching our hearts, and we've always taken something special away from them. So if you're asking me if I think that Tangled is going to be a beautiful live action, for sure it is. If you're asking me if I think things like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is also in development from Disney, is going to be a beautiful production, sure it is. I always appreciated the story of Quasimodo, because I've been sitting here in this chair for forever and had issues with my back because I've been recording videos about Descendants of Zombies for forever. So if there's a guy who understands what it's like to see these live actions come to life, stop laughing. It's this guy. And I've always had an appreciation for your favorite characters and how much you've loved them. Come to think of it, I would love to be in the new Hunchback of Notre Dame. I think I would make a fabulous character in it. Just like I've always believed that I would make a fabulous character in the Descendants franchise, because I think that no matter who we are, we all have a favorite character, or we all have a favorite moment that really has left us captivated, that made us a fan of Descendants of Zombies, that moment where we realized that being a fan of Descendants of Zombies was really cool. And that's what made Descendants of Zombies so relatable. Because there's always somebody out there who's going to hit your subscribe button because she loves the way you tell stories. She loves you. She may never tell you that she loves you, but she loves you because she watches your videos, because you give her inspiration. Because the majority of these fans who watch Descendants of Zombies are all girls, and they are very difficult to create content for to resonate with. But what's so cool is that when you win that person's heart, they will keep coming back just to hear what you have to say. Because they want to know if mermaids have a chance of happening for Zombies 5, if indeed there's going to be a story about sisterhood for Red and Pink. And I think many of us have siblings who are sisters, who we get along with, who we love more than anything else in the world. So that's why we appreciate this new storyline for Red and Pink, because we've never seen it before and we don't know what's going to happen. But we also appreciate sisterhood, and we're going to learn to value it more because of this story that Red and Pink are going to present for the first time ever. And guys, Liamani Segura is so excited to be a part of this with all of us, and I think that because she's so excited to be a part of this with all of us, we can really give her a chance. We don't immediately have to resort to criticizing her because she's relatively new to this franchise. She's never been a part of it before, but that doesn't mean that she's never had a dream. That girl's biggest dream has always been to perform on the stage at Madison Square Garden, and I have no issues with that. I say let her do it. Because if she can make her dream become a reality, that's what makes this so worth it. Being a Disney star, or being a part of something so special. And I think we can really make these dreams happen for people like Kylie and Freya and Malia and Liamani, because they're very vocal about their dreams, and they're never afraid to let us know how they feel about their dreams and how much they want their dreams to become a reality, because they know the reason why they're telling us that is because they know we are the ones who make that happen for them. Why do you think the Worlds Collide Tour sold out? It wasn't because Disney printed 5 million tickets. It was because you went out no matter what you had to do to get a ticket. You lined up for hours in the cold. You sacrificed a great deal. Your parents made sacrifices beyond belief for you to attend to the Worlds Collide Tour, and you had the time of your life. It happened because of you. It never happened because Disney had a huge promotional campaign for this and everybody found out about it. It was because you loved it. I mean, I can create the largest promotional campaign that I want for Descendants of Zombies. But that doesn't tell you anything about me. That doesn't give you a reason to subscribe here to this YouTube channel. It's all about how you hear the story and how you take the story for what it's worth, and you turn it into something special. I can create the most beautiful Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel ever created in the history of Descendants of Zombies content. But it comes down to you and how much you believe in it and how much you trust in my opinion about how Descendants 5 and Zombies 5 is going to be something special. And that in turn is what makes this YouTube channel so special and so fun for so many wonderful people. I've really had the time of my life bringing these videos to life for so many incredible people that I've had a way of touching the hearts of, and I wouldn't have it any other way. If there was one place that I could be in all the time and I could do all over again, it would be to create videos about Descendants of Zombies. You see this big backdrop behind me with all this Disney stuff and all the Sonic the Hedgehog stuff because I'm passionate about it. And I saw something special in a hedgehog that could run really fast while wearing red and white sneakers. I saw something special in an alien such as Stitch who just wanted to love everybody that he came in contact with. No matter how misunderstood he was, all he ever wanted to do was love everybody that he ever came in contact with, and he found that in Lilo. And that made Lilo and Stitch one of the most beautiful animated and live-action Disney shows of all time that I found time in appreciating. I appreciated how Simba was taught by Mufasa that the great kings look down from above on us to secure our futures. And when we die, our bodies become part of the ground, because he was explaining the circle of life and how much of an effect it would have on him, and he learned from his lessons that Mufasa taught him. That's what made The Lion King so special. Now, I know a lot of people don't tell you that because they can't. They don't understand what The Lion King or Lilo and Stitch's true meaning is. They've never understood what Descendants of Zombies means to so many wonderful people. What Descendants of Zombies presents is authenticity. It presents a chance to experience diversity in a whole new way. And if you can take that away from Descendants of Zombies every single time that you've ever watched the product, ever came away from the show, then you will always take something special away from it to believe in. No matter who you are, from wherever you're watching the show tonight, from wherever you hear my voice, know that you are welcome to subscribe here, and you are more than welcome to be a part of these conversations, because your contributions have always meant the world to me and have secured the futures of your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars, which we are all here to do, and we are all going to experience together. This has been so much fun for me, and I've really had the time of my life. Coming up today, I will have more commentary, so keep watching for those videos to drop. And don't forget to subscribe, because we still have a long way to go. Why, you may be wondering? Because this story is far from over. Thank you so much for having watched this video.